Is it allowed for a parent to throw away my Switch if I bought it?
Hey, so recently I, 17, got a job and saved up for a Switch. I told my dad in passing that my Switch was coming today, and he went ballistic, saying that we already have a Switch. We do, but it's a parent-controlled one, and every time I ask to use it, they make up excuses like not when the kids are home or only before 5 p.m. Because of my job and school, I'm only home on weekdays and weekend afternoons. Anyway, my dad keeps saying that the kids seeing me have my own Switch is going to spoil them because they'd be trying to get their own, and that playing games all the time would make me into a loser like my 30-something cousin, who spends most of his time playing on his PC. I told him I'm responsible enough for my own things, and he always overrides my own decisions, but surprise he doesn't freaking listen. So when the Switch finally came, he took it and said to return it, or he's chucking it in the bin and I won't get my money back, or take it and move out because he's not having another Switch in his home. Sometimes I think I actually freaking hate him. Edit, I've had to return it. And to everyone saying move out, that's pretty idealistic. My job doesn't pay enough, and I won't be financially stable even after I turn 18. Plus, I'd be struggling with rent and bills and have to take a loan or something during uni, and that would eat up all my money and time. Yeah, sure, my dad's a jerk and he's controlling, but I'd rather deal with that and have a roof over my head, food, and not worry about bills than be struggling on my own over a Switch. Edit 2. I was so sick of all his controlling behavior, I sat down with both of my parents and told them if this crap continues, I'm just going to take a loan and go to student accommodations for uni and not speak to them at all, since I'm starting uni in a couple of months. Both of my parents really didn't like the idea of my dad and me getting into another arguing match over his controlling tendencies. He keeps on saying that games are bad, and he doesn't want me to turn out like a jobless loser, my older cousin. I told him that I bought my own Switch because he insists on treating me like I'm a kid, like my younger siblings, and I can't even use the one we already have, and that between school and my job, I just want to sit down and play some games. So in the end, that got us nowhere, and I just bought another Switch, but this time set the home address to my aunt's. I'll just pick it up on the way to my morning shift tomorrow, meaning my dad won't find out, and I'll use it when my parents are out for work/shopping. Edit 3. I feel conflicted over the responses on this post about my dad. He can be controlling and a jerk and disgustingly strict about these things, but he's still my dad. Today has been one of the worst arguments we've been through, and he still says buying another Nintendo Switch is obsolete, and having my own video game console is not a responsibility I'm ready for. Not sure what that means when I own a phone, but he still picks me up after school sometimes, and buys me food after my shift when picking me up, and hugs me if I'm feeling sad. The problem is that a lot of these memories are moments where I make an independent decision, and he completely overrides it, like the whole sugar thing from my previous post on this subreddit. I kept threatening to cut off contact with my dad when I go to uni, but I really don't want to. He's a decent dad, but sometimes he has these frustrating moments where I feel like, for a moment, he needs to stop.